One evening in Dallas of 2061, Debbie and Carrie are having a discussion about time travel.
You want us to go back in time and change our own history? How? You remember when we were attending the Green family reunion in Oklahoma City in 2029? While we were gone, Pete Jensen broke into our home that we shared with Richard's two gay fathers, Charles McKinsey and Michael Jefferson, and Jensen killed them both. Both our son and Charles' niece Inika were traumatized by that event, because they witnessed it happening and barely avoided being killed themselves. That horrible event affected all of us. I just think all our lives would be better if those murders had been prevented. All right, let's ask James for permission to take the USS Sandy on this mission.
Debbie, are you sure about this? Saving that gay couple would generate an alternate timeline, and there is no guarantee that events in the new timeline would really be better than the one we are in now. And would our own existence be wiped out? Wouldn't you and Carrie be committing suicide?
I don't think so. I think this current timeline would still exist and we would live in it, but in the new timeline there would be new versions of me, Carrie and the rest of you. I am curious as to what would happen if Charles McKinsey and Michael Jefferson live on to help me and Carrie raise Richard and Annika.
All right. Take the ship and do what you think is right.
I read the Dallas police report on the mass shooting that killed Charles and Michael. According to it, the shootings happened at 3:30 p.m. on October 13, 2029. So we need to be at the scene before Pete Jensen shows up. Understood. Robot, are you ready?
The coordinates for the time jump are set and the time device is fully charged. Engaging.
Wah. So what do you want for dinner?
How about some chicken wings and mashed potatoes?
We can. I'll get that. You start dinner.
Carrie and Debbie, what are you doing here? We thought you were in Oklahoma City attending the Green family reunion. And why do you two somehow look a lot older?
It's a long and painful story. Let us in so we can explain everything.
So you are telling us that in a few minutes Pete Jensen is coming here to kill us?
That's right. He has already gunned down his brother, so you two are his next targets. And your deaths affected so many other people, at least one of you were connected to. Debbie and I concluded that things would be better had you not died so violently and prematurely. So we traveled back in time to save you. It must be Pete. It's past 3 p.m.
We can simply not answer the door, then.
Open this door. I know you two faggots are in there. Open now.
If you don't answer the door, he will try to break in anyway. So I will deal with him instead.
Carrie then pulls out the gun concealed in her purse and goes to answer the door. And a moment later.
Not this time, asshole.
What? And so Pete is killed before he can murder Charles and Michael.
Michael and they will call the police and tell them of Pete trying to kill us. And they will tell them I shot him. I'm sure they will believe it, since Pete was armed with a rifle and had already killed his brother. Thank you for saving us.
I just checked on Richard and Annika. They are both still asleep in their bedrooms. It seems they heard nothing.
Either Pete didn't know they were there, or he didn't want to kill them because they were children. But murdering anyone is evil. Debbie and I will return to our native time and see if anything has changed. I have changed. My own memories have been altered. Mine too. When we changed our history, we also changed ourselves. And I am so much happier as a result.
So you know already you did the right thing. Everything for you will be better now. And with that, Debbie and Carrie return to the year 2061 to enjoy life in the new timeline they created. Because of the 2061 versions of Debbie and Carrie intervening in the course of their own history, Michael Jefferson and Charles McKinsey were not killed in 2029. This had many positive results, especially for Charles' niece Annika.
Thank you for letting me stay here with you and Michael.
Uncle Charles.
No problem. I was so disappointed in that guy cheating on you and then his father firing you for divorcing his son. You deserved better.
Well, at least Aunt Debbie and her Aphrodite agency threw me a lifeline by offering me a modeling job. So I am quite happy now.
But not all changes to the timeline were positive. The Belmont triplets were never adopted by Debbie, Carrie, James, Punny, Vicky and Paul. Instead, they spent years in foster care before their birth mother Deborah got married, and then she and her new husband persuaded a court to award them custody of the triplets. Also, Debbie and Carrie never left Dallas to return to the town, so Debbie never became a member of the town's government. She and Carrie never founded the America for All News Network, and Carrie never became a police chief.